I'll let you know when I'm leaving.
Nice. Cheers. Thanks for that.
Safe, G.
Ready, yeah? Was it recording now, yeah?
Yeah, alright. How are we doing, guys? It's back again for another episode. I think it's 46, isn't it?
46, episode
46, man.
Yeah.
We're here today. Beautiful studio. Jukebox, innit? Some of you lot probably won't recognise the room, but you recognise the brand, innit?
Don't give away the studio.
No, it's calm, man. Share the love, innit? This is obviously a Half-Cast podcast, if you guys watch that. A lot of talent has come through these doors and recorded here, innit? So it definitely is a privilege being here. And thank you to UK Music Hub for providing that. But yes, man, today we're sat with the one and only UK Music Hub. Thank you for coming down, my boy.
No worries, man. Appreciate the invite. Thank you
Appreciate
very
for
much
coming down, bro.
guys.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Just been connecting with you for like, well, let's say a month or so like that. Been engaging with like other platforms, getting familiar with like obviously the Twitch area and all that sort of stuff. That's new to me as well. That's where me and you connected on, innit? You know what I mean? Just love of gaming, experiencing new things that we got to learn about the platforms and all that. So yeah, man. Just we're here now, and you know what I mean? Appreciate the invite again, man.
Come on, man. Come on. And obviously, you lot go follow UK Music Hub on Instagram. So talk to the people in it. What do you do? What are you about?
So I started my platform, feels like September 2016. So at that time, I was working still like care and like education in it. So alongside working in music, I worked like full time with like kids and adults. At that time, I was just getting to the idea like getting to music as we all want to do.
Yeah.
Like learn a few things, learn things about the UK industry because we all love music, innit? Music brings everybody together, innit? It's like universal, innit?
Yeah.
So something that I love, I have a passion for just get into it, go straight in, see what I can do and learn, innit?
When did you find that you had a passion for music?
So I've always liked music from young, innit? Like I remember being like 9 years old, going into HMV, buying Get Rich Die Trying it from 50 Cent, you know what I mean? That's where it all started from. Obviously, family, all that. Obviously, I'm Punjabi, innit? So I got a passion for like Bhangra as well, music. So I always like the rhythm and all that stuff's always been in me. So obviously, when you're in the UK, you want to try and find something a bit more familiar for yourself. Obviously, we all know English, so like rap, UK stuff all came along. But mainly at the time when I was like young, it was more like 50 Cent, the G-Unit era, innit?
Yeah.
Then obviously from that, they all started doing games and everything as well, innit? You know what I mean?
G-Unit era was cold though.
That's what I mean, man.
It was, man. You see Lil Wayne? Yeah, G. Lil Wayne was cold, man. Obviously, that is G-Unit, but he is cold.
G-Unit, Lloyd Banks, 50 Cent, Tony Yeo.
Yeah, man. That era was elite era of music, man. Honestly, that was timeless music.
That's when the rappers looked like rappers. I don't know how to explain it, but the way they used to dress, I used to think it was so cool when I was younger, like the G-Unit stuff and that. But they made good songs, man. But yeah, no. So you had the G-Unit, and then you went into gaming, you said.
So like obviously we're all young in it, like games. Obviously that was more like when they started getting to like PS2.
What kind of shit you used to play?
Like Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yes.
You know about like Spyro and all them games there.
Yeah, bro.
Then obviously it was like The Simpsons, which was a little bit later on. Then obviously same thing relating back to talking about G-Unit. Obviously they did like the Bulletproof game and all that.
Nice.
So from that, I think before that they did like what was it? Def Jam, innit? The Def Jam fighting game, innit?
Yeah.
So
that was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. They had a lot of artists in that, innit? So it was it was good gaming.
Yeah.
All like me, I'm always sticking to what I do and like loving it, mainly music and it, here and there other things and bits and bobs in it, but got to kind of stick to what you're good at and what you know at it. So as we're having the conversation before, stick to what you know and what you're good at. You can never go wrong with that.
Where did you
remedy.
get that mentality from? Because it's quite a mature mentality to have.
Do you know what I mean?
Young age.
Like I'm turning 29 in January, innit? So I've always been like started working in care from 17, innit? So I work with adults and children. Well, adults from 17. Then I wanted to go to uni, which I went to uni at 20. Wanted to do sports therapy, innit? Got into that. Done my first year. Went to my second year. Didn't enjoy it no more, innit? Obviously things happen there and that when you're there and all that. I just lost a passion for it as well. So luckily at the time I was already working in care. So I went back to working with adults. Wanted to progress in that. But from that, obviously with that, it's politics as well, you know? Like care stuff is all politics and stuff and
it's a lot. It's
favoritism in
heavy,
it.
Man.
So from that, started working with kids, which was good. So like I'm from Slough, innit? So obviously there's predominantly a lot of it's very diverse, innit? So everybody, you kind of stick to people you want to know, but obviously you've got to kind of branch out in it. So I started working with adult children, with the kids and all that, looking after them. Like at this time, obviously working with adults was good, but then it came to the point of like kids, it was more towards like the future in it. Like from young, you've got to kind of invest into the kids and the future, because if you don't look after them, they're not going to look after us, innit?
Yeah.
Same with your parents, innit?
Yeah.
They looked after us. Now you got to kind of look after them, and vice versa. When you have kids and all that, you got to kind of got to be on point all the time, innit? You know what I'm saying? Only family's everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
you gotta look after your elders and your youngest too.
Exactly,
Facts,
man.
Facts.
So yeah, just kind of evolved. Just I did a bit of everything, like working and all that. So I've always been a go-getter in it, no matter what, just working in it. Like you just got to keep working in it, even going through downs and all that. Obviously, mental health is a very important thing now as well in this lifetime and in this era in it. So you got to kind of look after that, especially in it. So kind of seen a
100%.
bit of everything in it, like working with kids, adults, everything else like that. So it just kind of.
It gives you a very like well-rounded picture of life. With
Yeah,
people,
man.
I think definitely. You know.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of see things from other people's angles, which
Yeah.
is, you got, in a sense, you got to kind of be a bit selfish for yourself, but you got to kind of understand humans and people, innit? So obviously working with like adults and children, I kind of understand like the psychological things and all that, innit? Working with in care, innit? So it kind of gave me like a very well-rounded mind, innit? About being appreciative of people, don't put too much pressure on people. Not a lot of people can handle pressure as well, innit?
True.
So you got to kind of let them come into it slowly at their own pace. So everything will come in good timing, you know. So yeah, man, just working in it. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing what you got to do, keep pushing forward in it. Because at the end of this world, you got yourself in it.
Yeah. No, big facts, man. That's great, man. So how did you come into the world of social media, and what was that journey like for you?
So obviously you got to big up the pioneers in it. You got to big up the people like the SBTVs. You got the Link Up TVs, the Grime Dailies.
Rest in peace, Jamal.
Rest in peace, Jamal. God bless him, man. Taught me a lot as well. Got a lot of respect for him. So respect him and his family as well. Then obviously started evolving more to like the north side of the country. That you had the P110s, you had the JGZ Medias.
Yeah.
So then there was like Grime Blog as well, which was from like Birmingham, innit? So I just kind of thought, all right, these people building something up, I would like to do something for myself, innit? So I just came up with a kind of a generic name, that UK Music Hub, innit?
It's to the point though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
It's
what I'm
not
saying.
bullshit.
Just straight to the point about
Yeah.
what you want to do, what you like, and just keep doing it. Like from before that, I just knew you kind of got to document things now, innit? As they say, if you didn't take the picture or you didn't take the video, did you really do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the thing with you guys, innit? You've got your podcast, you're documenting your things, and it's going to be timeless, innit? Because I think now content is going to be currency in the near future, innit? Obviously the same thing with like metaverse is coming as well, innit?
Yeah, expand on that. Yeah.
So I don't really know a lot about it, but I know obviously the other people talk about like the metaverse, and not a lot of people understand it. But obviously there's still artists in America that are investing a lot of money, like Snoop Dogg, innit? People just buying digital properties, which is kind of a mad thing to understand. But from that, you know, digital is going to be the wave, innit? Like, even though I'm old school, so I still buy CDs to this day, innit? Still buy CDs, still buy cassettes if they're good, if I appreciate the art that they've made.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy something that's kind of rubbish, innit? Like, especially music, like in this generation of music, everything's very saturated now, innit? So anybody can just pick up a mic, say whatever, chat rubbish if they're from the roads or something like that. So yeah, but even from like before that, I always wanted to like be behind the scenes guy, innit? Even right now, I've got balaclava on, even though I've got my Santa hat on.
Yeah, cool. Look at that hood.
You know what I'm
Santa
saying?
Claus, man.
That's what I mean. So I've always stayed to like the work, innit?
Yeah.
Nothing about myself, innit? I tell a few things here and there about myself. I've made it with my page. I kind of made it apparent that I'm a Punjabi brother from Slough, doing my thing, helping who I can. If they're on this work, we'll get it together. If not, got to keep it moving, innit? Because you got to be selfish with your time, innit?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so with that, just learning platforms, learning the industry. Then obviously with the CDs, obviously they had all the credits on the backside, innit? So you can learn a bit everything about it. Who's the engineer? Who's the masterer?
But not everyone pays attention to that detail.
That's the thing with me,
You
innit?
know
Like,
what? Yeah, like Potter with his Thanks for Waiting. He released obviously he done that for Training Day as well, but he released a little documentary, innit? And yeah, that was sick, man. Like you get to see the creative process behind his whole thing, but also it tells you like all the credits for the song. So you really do get to learn a lot about how and who, made that
Who's
track that
behind
you've been banging for so long, innit?
Because it's
That's
not
good
just
work in
the
that
man that gets into the booth and that's it.
There's a lot that goes behind it.
into,
Yeah.
especially the higher up you go as well. It's
Yeah.
crazy, like what
100%.
goes into like the writing credits for that Beyonce's album. It's like a whole list.
Yeah,
you know
G.
what I'm
And
saying?
Drake's been having a whole army of man on his production credits, innit?
Yeah, no, it's a lot that goes into it. But how do you feel like now social media, it means that a lot of people's lives now are very like transparent, don't you think? Do you think, especially artists, do you think that's a good thing for music or do you think it's a bad thing for music?
Every artist is different, innit? The way they want to market themselves, how they want to get known. You've got to, in this generation now, you've got to kind of be eye-catchy. You've got to have the gift of the gab in some cases as well, but I think it always comes down to the talent, innit? Talent for love of the music, having a passion for it. Then from that, if you keep working on your craft, put 10,000 hours, as they all say, you got to put in that work in it. Then from that, find the right team, as like you mentioned with like the Drakes and all that as well. Drake's been doing his thing from like 12 years, I think it is now,
very
innit?
strong team.
So he's got a very big team. It's not just him, He's got a lot of people behind him that
40.
Apologies, man.
40 exactly is fucking. Can we swear on this? I didn't even know. Can we swear?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So yeah, man. Yeah. So obviously it takes a lot more people to make the ship sail, as they say, innit? You got to kind of find the right team, make sure everybody's on the same page, and go from that. Then with like the social media side, just market yourself right. If you're gonna be doing bullshit online, you're gonna be get your 10 minutes of fame and you're gonna go in it. That's how it goes right now.
Who markets themselves well, do you think, in the UK scene right now?
Got to give up to Nines, Nines has been making noise for a long time, innit? A very long time.
Yep.
So
Got to be 10 years plus now.
yeah,
Easy.
yeah. I was literally listening to Nines on the way here. I was listening to Church Road to Hollywood, innit?
Oh, gee.
So the
So
best tape.
yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah. So he's always with him as well. He's always had the right people around him to know from that. So with marking that plays a mark as well. But obviously, unfortunately, if you ain't got the P's as well, you're not gonna market yourself,
Yeah.
and you got to know the people. It all comes down to that, innit? But Nines, he's always been making music, recording everything himself. Engineers, the producers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I can't remember which song it was, but he's paid a lot of money for all of his tunes alone, something like that.
Gee, and he's got the documentaries as well with his
That's what I'm
releases.
saying. Documentaries is another thing.
Got
So he
Clothing
plays Clothing Line as well. He's obviously started his own label up, Xeno Records as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So yeah, man, you just gotta document everything, work with the right people, and just get to the goal in it, and then you reach your targets in it, and you get results.
I think Nines knows himself that he can't be everywhere as well. I think for his kind of music, he needs to be a bit exclusive. Do you get? I think that adds to the art in a way.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't. If I saw Nines everywhere,
Oh,
every
yeah,
chat
yeah,
show,
yeah,
it wouldn't
yeah,
hit the same.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I would like to. Nines is someone. Whenever everyone used to be like, "Why is Nines going away for a year?" But when I was younger, I used to think, "Yeah, why is he?" But now I'm like, you know what? Yeah, dude, go away
Because
for a
life
year.
goes on, man.
Yeah, go away for a year and come back because his art is using to tell you what the hell's going on in his
Yeah,
life in that
yeah,
album or that
literally.
mixtape.
You got to live your life to learn, to get your bars, as they say as well. You got to live life, learn experiences,
Yeah.
and then put that into your music, and then it will flourish in it if you do everything right. Nines is a prime example. Same thing with Blade Brown as well. Another UK rapper legend as well, I'd say, in my eyes. He's been making music for time as well.
Yep.
Obviously, from working your music side, you got to venture into businesses as well, innit? Like obviously Blade, he's been doing like his coffee shops in abroad and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he has.
Then you got like D-Block Europe as well. Like when I think
The
it was,
Casa DB.
yeah,
Casa
I
DB,
went,
yeah,
I went to the CAF, like I think it was like end of September to like beginning of
Yeah.
November. 5 days in Barcelona. Went to La Casa DB. Went out to see Dank of England, BCN as
Come on,
well.
shout out to Dank of England.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Screech, my peoples. Rest in peace, Black the Ripper as well.
Rest in peace, Black the Ripper, bro.
So yeah, man, you've got to kind of do your music, but work away until get into businesses, isn't it? Like music can sell. You can make millions from music, but if you sell products, you'll be a billionaire, innit, as they say, innit?
Yeah.
For sure.
I think you can't rely on being just talent in this game now.
Yeah. We could see it in it, like with even the OGs, bro. There's
to make money. Yeah.
Like guys like Diddy, guys like Jay-Z, guys like all of these people. They don't just have music in it. They've got their alcohol brands. They've got all sorts of things that will live on forever in it and have traveled across the world. Like Ciroc, I don't know. Did he start Ciroc? Did he?
I think it was like another company that started off. Then I think they just brought him in to like market it mainly, innit?
Yeah.
It's like Rick Ross and Bel-Air.
Yeah, same thing like Rick Ross and Bel-Air as well.
Is now everywhere.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Rick Ross's thing.
There's one in my area
Crazy.
now. It's crazy. Just opened up, but
Yeah.
what I feel like there can be a problem with that because I think a lot of people approach music just for the monetary gain, not for the talent. So they're thinking of the coffee shops, the future, drink lines and all that stuff, but they're not thinking about the talent. They're just thinking I can make money off this, and I think that's where we're going wrong a bit slightly. When you think like people are going in there thinking, if I make X amount, I can go and do this. Whereas people used to go in there thinking, I love this, or I've made money now, let's do this. And that's
Or like jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from a lot of artists now. I see, your music is like a business, and it is, but I don't think you should approach it as that to make great. What do you think? Yeah,
I think you always got to have the passion for music, got to have the love for it. It's an art form, innit?
yeah.
It's definitely an art, I'd say, innit? It's not everybody can get a pen and a pen, write bars. Like, you've got to kind of have them life experiences to write something that's going to be relatable end of the day, innit?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people just say stuff just for saying, innit? But when you say something that relates to a lot of people, that's when people connect with it, and in that sense, you can get fan. They'll turn to your fan, and from that, just do what you want to do with that. But towards it, just stick to the talent of it, because you can never go wrong with it. Then a lot of these great artists flourish, especially like Giggs. Took him a long time, just kept working. Now he's in America, New York, just doing big things, man.
Yeah, that's a good point. But you know what it is with the whole relatability thing?
Yes,
it's a deeper issue, because I think we live in a world where on social media people lie and people fabricate. And I think that lack of honesty is now going to show in the music, because I'm in the looking at the UK music now. A lot of it I don't really relate to. Whereas back then I could relate to it more. I wasn't a trapper of the year or nothing like that, but just certain feelings they had I can relate to. Whereas now I'm a driller, I get money, I sleep with loads of girls, I don't care, nothing, I have no feelings. Here I am. And it's like, it's hard for me to relate. I can get lit to it, but it's hard for me to relate to it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even though you posted something very interesting on, shout out to Blog by Benzo, go follow that right now.
Yeah, love.
You posted something about you don't have to relate to the music that you're listening to in it necessarily, which is true. Yeah. Like, which is very true, obviously. But at the same time,
if it's real.
It's real music,
real.
For example, Potter, like, I've never once done 99.9% of the things that he's professing in his raps in it, but I can just feel that pain, and I can relate to the pain, the underlying. Do you get me?
Yeah. But let's talk about UK Music Hub though. Like, describe your content.
So my content is obviously I'm a fella in it, so I kind of cater to like the mandem in it.
Of course.
So learning from that, got to stick to what you're good at. Obviously, the mandem like music, like talent, like anything related to that. So I kind of post more like people that I like personally. Obviously, you get people that want to promo and sort of stuff, but I kind of got to connect to you, feel you out. Meaning, if it's good for my page, because then I've got my brand and everything. I want to protect it as well. It's like my baby, innit? So protecting it, make sure the right people on there, not just for the sake of money, innit? Money talks as well, but money comes and goes, innit? Like, there's no need for money when the money comes down to it. But I think I always want to find an artist who's really good, who's about the talent, and from that, in the future, I would like to plan to work with him as well, whatever side, innit? So, like, posting the people I post, like the UK legends, the rap and all that, new artists and all that, drill, trap, hip-hop, alternative music. So I kind of always go to like concerts, networking events, mic events, all that sort of stuff, meet people, meet the artist, see if there's any way I can help them out, production, because I've got 3 producers that I look after. Two, sorry. I look after 2 producers that I look after on the A&R side. Then I've got 2 artists that I look after as well, one from my hometown, one from Walthamstoke. So just mainly post who I like, whose work wants to work. So from that, just been trying to hone in the side of music. The UK Music Hub was my brand. Then I started obviously doing like the A&R side, looking after producers.
Get busy.
Yeah, man. You got to kind of learn everything within music, and you can't pigeonhole yourself in it. So even from then, just helping out my artist with his podcast as well, just doing that. So just kind of learning everything. So at least you know you've got all the experiences, and from that you can kind of perfect it later on down the line. If you ain't done it, you ain't done it. If you do it, just keep working at it, and it will come.
With your artists, do you want to keep them? Do you you don't want people to know you're managing them, or you just because why? Or do you want to promote them, or just
so?
To know?
I think with my artists, everybody's got a life in it. So sometimes along the journey, we've all got to kind of look after your priorities, innit? Family comes first, as I always say, innit? Look after family. Then obviously looking after family, obviously, especially coming from Punjabi background, they always want you to be working and all that sort of stuff. As they always say, go uni. I went uni, left it, didn't want it to go any further. Started working with like kids and adults. Then from that, got into like working and logistics, doing that sort of stuff. So that was always kind of my backbone, look after my family. And then as long as they're good, I can kind of work on my passions, innit? So from that, just been staying busy, you know, just making sure, keep on going. So all it takes is finding one good artist or one producer, connecting him with here and there, or she, sorry. So there's loads of ways to like work in this music business, you know. Don't pigeonhole yourself.
How important is it to you to like have your I'm gonna say this again, innit? Lava splash in the chat, but it's not even like that, G. I said this last time, I got flamed for it. How important is it to you to have your fingers in numerous pies? Pause. Like have your eggs in different baskets. Do you get me? For
me, I've always been that kind of person, and just having your hands in different pies, innit?
Yeah.
Learning every other skill, because it's going to help you later on down the line.
Yeah.
And if you've learned something about it, there's all it takes is asking someone who's doing that, like, can you help me?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask for help as well, I'd say, innit? If you don't know something, ask questions, ask people more knowledgeable, reach out to people, and that's all it takes. You've got to kind of be less prideful, innit?
Willing to learn.
And you've got to definitely be willing to learn, innit? Learning things as much as you can to the point where you want to get to the next step, innit? Then from that, sky's the limit, you know?
So what's like the annoying things about running a blog page?
Obviously the internet's the internet, innit?
Yeah.
So people always want to like know about what you do, what you're doing here, this and this and that. People want to pretend to be your friends, this and this and that. It's the people promo as well, especially if you've been like doing your you've been running your blog and all that sort of stuff for a little while. People think, oh, how do you know this man? How do you know that person? How did you get to meet this person? This and that. So people always want to be a bit more inner in it. So I think with that kind of you've got to kind of read people very well, innit?
Yeah.
Definitely read people well, and from that then just maneuver how you want to maneuver, innit? So yeah, putting your hands in a lot of different pies is always beneficial, but don't get lost in the sauce, as a Gucci man would say, you know?
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true, man. And talk about, I won't say the struggles, but the hard work you put in, because posting the blog page frequently, it's not easy. Like juggling that with just working, it must be a lot. Like having to prepare your post. Like people don't understand that. Talk about what it's like running the blog page.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of structure in it. You've got to have structure, not with anything, not with just music and anything you do in life. Innit? Got to have structure, got to have discipline, and from that you got to, so obviously with my blog page, UK Music Hub, like doing it for 6 years now. So like the beginning days, it was all like for free posts, innit? Just doing promo for certain artists, just connecting with them.
Yeah.
Then from that, sometimes they want to question like who, like where, like can you promo this sort of stuff? I like cool, no problem. Then from that, just kind of do things for like the small gain, just connecting with people, innit? So at least you know you've done things for people. Then obviously you've got to kind of be a bit more selfish. Oh yeah, can we like meet up and all that sort of stuff? See what's like, chop it up, talk about business, see if people can help you as well. Especially it's a business, isn't it? It's a give-take relationship, you know. So yeah, with like my page, it comes with structure, and you've got to kind of time your posts at the right time. Make sure it's.
What do you mean by that?
So, with like posting on blogs, innit, it all comes down to attention, innit? Attention meaning humans' attention, innit? Obviously, now there's a lot of music now; it's very saturated. But with that, you've got to kind of time your posts right. So normally it's like 6 to 8, like evening times when a lot of people are more at home, innit, or just finishing work. So you got to kind of post around them times that I've been doing, so at least then you get the most attention for people engaging with your stuff, innit? But like during the early years, it was more like full time, just doing it literally 24/7. Now I post who I like, who I want to post, and from that, if the business is right as well, we can definitely chop things up. I've had like people like promo from like labels and all sorts of stuff. It was good, but it's you want a bit more in it. Like obviously running a blog is cool, innit? You make a fair okay amount of money, but obviously as I was talking about earlier, you got to have your hands in a lot of different pies. Want to start doing the artist management, you want to send them beats for like A&R stuff, and obviously just keep on doing that, So yeah, having a blog takes a lot of time, a lot of structure. Got to have discipline,
Yeah.
Do you find it difficult to like get people to interact with your content, like actually comment down below and actually open a dialogue, have a conversation?
Yeah, I think definitely. Like it's whatever you put into your brand or whatever you do is what you're gonna get out of it. So you got to kind of definitely engage with people, especially if they like that sort of stuff. Cool, keep running with it, innit? But you've got to post a lot of everything. I started posting like years back, a lot of different things, not just music. Started talking about like business as well, like things with companies, what was going on. Then obviously then everything started emerging with like the metaverse and stuff like that, digital like online stuff. Then obviously everybody started talking about stocks and all that stuff, but more like what I will know, what I like, the companies I work for and stuff as well. So yeah, just kind of got to run with that.
Would you think to change your name then from UK Music, considering you post like different topics?
I think I've run with it a long time now, innit? So I kind of got that there just for the blog sort of stuff, but working on other things, I know I want to rebrand into other things, but whenever that time comes and all that sort of stuff, I'll run with that. But for now, I think I'll definitely just stick with keeping it as UK Music Hub. And I think people know the brand, people know the hashtag as well. So even nowadays, I don't have to actually post. Sometimes all I've got to do is with the hashtag in it. And obviously a lot of people use the hashtag. I've got like 23,000 like hashtags on there, so I can always keep checking with the hashtag and it keeps on currenting up. So with that, I don't have to always post, but it's always related with my brand in it. So I can always find people, or people want to find me, or people want me to post. Like big companies use my hashtag as well, so it runs with the same thing because it's all music and UK orientated.
That's one of the things I think, like blog pages like Made You Think and Big Ego Media, I think that's what they do really well is like they don't just talk about one thing. Like Made You Think will have, and his audience, like I've noticed, when he posts a certain post, for example, about music, then his audience in the comments will just be full of just them talking about music. But if it's
something else,
exactly. If it's about businesses, then he'll have people in there that actually own businesses talking about, and it's really cool to see that he's created a community like that in it. So I think that's definitely.
I think blogs like the new newspapers these days.
Yeah.
Like,
literally.
For a young person, when I say young, it's under 25. They wake up, they check Instagram for news before they check, or Twitter for news bufore they check actual
newspaper.
Of course.
Tabloid,
and it's like it's
because you
very
can tailor it to you, innit?
Yeah. So do you feel pressure to like making sure you get the right information to inform people on?
Yeah, I think that is important, innit? You've definitely got to always do your research on posts. Make sure you don't put anything out that's obviously negative, or in the sense that it's not done properly, you ain't done your work, and you ain't done your due diligence in it. So yeah, you've got to kind of be professional in it, because in the end you want to be professional about it, So got to kind of make sure everything's on point. You've done your research, even just asking the people, so whoever that you're posting about, or whoever's asking you, like, can you do a little bit more research or whatnot like that? Then at least when it comes to posting, it's all gravy, and you ain't got to worry about any backlash in when it comes down to it,
Yeah. No, it just makes you look more certain, innit? And then people actually come to you as like a credible source of information.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, man, just lastly, innit, like, obviously it's good you don't post no negative shit, because we were talking about this on off camera, innit, like how it really does affect your mental health, and it really does when you take in, and you might not even be realising this, innit, but subconsciously when you're taking in information just about stabbings, murders, this person cheating on this person, it does affect you a lot. Like, is that something that you've tried to consciously do on your page?
So, like with my page, I've always kind of stayed away from the negative stuff in it, like stabbings and that. Yeah. Stabbings happen everywhere and anywhere in it. It's not going to really help anybody to know, oh yeah, someone got stabbed. It's not exactly a positive thing, So like obviously working with like care and stuff, I've kind of seen that effects of that with people, what it does. So kind of always kind of stick to being a positive person about music, posting the right positive things, and leave that negativity behind. Like obviously a lot of other pages, a lot of blogs post that stuff, but that's what they thrive on, innit?
It gets clicks.
Yeah, that's it. It gets the clicks. You get your clickbait. But what is your what's your aim out of it? If you're just if you're just going to be posting about stabbings and murders, then you'll be posting about other rubbish as well, gossip, like with like obviously like the UK gossip side. It's not exactly productive, innit? So I kind of consciously stick to positive stuff. You can never go wrong with that, innit?
I feel like if it's there, it's there, but I feel like it can't be a majority. It can't be the only thing there because people are going to tune into gossip, not saying stabbing's gossip, but say if it's like, I don't know, she cheated on who. People are going to tune into that regardless. Same way on TV you had E-News, on Instagram it might be so-and-so, no name. So it's just like, I understand why it's there. I just don't like the fact that that's the only thing that's popping sometimes. So it's good that to see that you're saying with you've got a positive message out there. Not positive, just constructive at least. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff that's like, oh, he set up a business. He smashed it in the charts this week. Is a variety, but it's a variety of goodness.
Yeah, exactly.
This is one of the reasons that we started this podcast is because, of the amount of noise out there in it that's like, this, I keep saying this time and time again, innit? Like, oh, if you take a girl out on a date in 2022, who should pay first? And yes, there's space for those kind of conversations. And yes, it can be interesting. But if that's all that we're talking about, then there's a problem in it. Like,
there's got to be a variety. I'm all for balance because the world's not all good and the world's not all bad.
No, exactly. Definitely so.
And that's even in the music, like.
But taking in certain information will have you thinking that, innit? If you take in just straight negative information, you will think that, the world is just full of negativity.
But don't you think that's on you as a consumer to look for different stuff, though?
You should, but if it's just force-fed down you,
Is anything force-fed if you got a phone, though? Like, I'm deep in it, like.
It's true. You do have it's true. You do have a choice to follow.
10 fingers.
Yeah, you do have a choice to follow who you want to follow and unfollow who you want. But at the same time, it's like, for example, I'm Just Bates, the biggest UK page right now, right? You follow him, and it's like, if you just follow all the most popular, if you don't know where to look, and you just follow all the most popular UK pages, more time, it's not stuff that you really want to be consuming. And I don't know. It depends on who you are as a person, but
depends who you are. Because
some of that stuff can affect you.
Some of the dramas that go on in the music industry is negative stuff.
It's negative,
but it's like a stampede on social media. Depends what your algorithms are saying as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying as well. Algorithms as well. How are you managing algorithms on Instagram?
It's a give and take thing, innit? Obviously depending what you post and all that.
Yeah.
It can get a bit much in it, but staying positive, just keep posting what you like and what you know about that's good and certy, being a credible source. So even from that, I started obviously being from Slough. I've tried to link up with artists from areas like just from my hometown. Like just from your area is cool. I started from just doing stuff in my area, innit? Then obviously started going concerts and all up north, Manchester, all that sort of stuff, recording there, meeting people, things like that. And just keep moving like that because your area is one place, but obviously you still want to take it everywhere, innit? UK is big and small, but you got to kind of think of other places. Obviously you got artists like Central C right now. You started from the UK. Obviously you started like from Link Up TV probably like 5-6 years ago, I think. You started on there, has done his thing on there, kept building. Then obviously last 3 years now, I think it is, he's made a big noise, and he's probably, you could arguably say he's probably one of the biggest UK artists right now that's flying the flag for UK.
I think he's the only person to get 1 billion streams from the UK.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's
crazy.
Catapulted.
Crazy.
Like he's to the
big Ed Sheeran as well. I don't think he got 1 billion.
I don't know.
But I don't remember seeing that.
Crazy, I think he's definitely the first rapper. I'll check on
this. Which is insane, man. I just find that so crazy, bro.
Yeah, that the UK is on billion figures now, you know what I'm saying? Getting them streams.
Yeah.
So yeah, the UK is still, I think it's still, I'd say about 5 to 10 years behind like US and all that sort of stuff. But UK right now is making a lot of big noise in it. So you've got to kind of stick to the UK in it, because I personally think UK music is probably like the best music out everywhere, in my own personal opinion. And English is a very universal.
You think it's better?
Obviously, we're all from the UK, all relatability. You're not going to talk about the blocks in like Marcy projects in like Brooklyn and all that. We don't really live in Cali and all that. We don't really understand
That's how I know that's New York rappers. I went straight to Marcy.
Yeah,
I went straight to the New York blocks.
yeah,
No
yeah,
Atlanta blocks, straight to the New York.
So yeah, man. It's obviously everything comes to relatability in it. Like as you were saying before, relatability if it connects with you. So I think obviously I personally want to stick with the UK side, but there is a lot of other noise outside in America as well, which is doing great things as well. Want to get there one day, but obviously just stick to the UK side for now. Kind of just get to the right people, then dominate it. And when it comes down to it, then move on to other countries. You know.
I see you post American artists too.
Yeah. Post American artists, post a little bit of Bhangra artists here and there.
That's good, man.
So being Punjabi as well, kind of stick to like my stick to what's good out there, my side. So yeah, man. Yes, definitely shout out to the Apnas, shout out to Galas as well, shout out to Gordas as well, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come on.
So yeah, man. So just stick to UK for now.
How's that scene doing in the East?
So yeah, like with Bhangra, obviously it's India, innit?
Yeah.
So it's obviously there's a lot of people in that country. Obviously,
is there a billion people in India?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. So with that, music comes down to that as well. So obviously you got the whole Bollywood side as well, which is a big thing as well. Comes a lot into filming as well. Obviously they do like the soundtracks as well. So a lot of people engaging with that. Then obviously one of the another great legend as well, R.I.P. Sidhu Moosewala as well.
R.I.P. man.
So yeah, man, he was doing a lot of great things with his music, pushing a great message out, exposing a lot of things that what was happening in India as well. So not just in India, everywhere. There's always negativity and things happening in bad places as well. So yeah, Sidhu was doing a lot of great things with music, pushing out a good message as well in certain cases. But yeah, man,
he was great. You know what I liked about him and many other Punjabi artists is the tones in his voice. I don't know if it's maybe you can tell me more about the accent or the language, the tones that he can get while singing.
Yeah,
I think it proper conveys the pain in a lot more because that you can just hear the tones. Like it's mad. You know what I'm saying? That's what stuck out for me, to be honest.
So yeah, man, I think obviously I've actually luckily got to see him live, and I saw him on my birthday actually, January 17th, like 3 years ago. So this was I think it was O2 Shepherd's Bush, innit? So that was like a great show as well. But just a lot of Punjabis, a lot of drink as well. People getting a little bit leery as we do. But yeah, man, it was a good show. But yeah, man, unfortunately, obviously, R.I.P. to Sid doing it. But yeah, his music will live on forever. And yeah, my music will be a lot. From what I think he's left a lot of music behind as well. He's worked with a lot of UK artists as well. Worked with like Morrison. He's worked with Tion Wayne as well. Worked with Bangles as well. Big up Bangles as well. Another great producer from the UK legend who's been doing his thing for years. So yeah, man, another great figure that's pushing out Punjabis as well and making it universal. Working with a lot of artists from the UK as well. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, just gotta keep on working, man.
I want to tap into that scene, but for like the last 5 minutes, let's have let's see what Bali's feeling and music wise, isn't it? So
yeah.
Who are you running right now? Like who's
right now? Who am I running? I've got I might have to look at my phone, you know.
But do you have Spotify?
Do you know what it is? I did have Spotify, but
I want to ask you a Spotify rap.
Yeah, literally.
That's what I'm asking every guest from now, fam.
Literally.
Yeah, I was on Tidal for a little bit as well. Tidal Tidal's good. I move on to different platforms, just checking it out.
Yeah.
See interface, but yeah, let's see what I've been running. No, that's the videos.
We got Apple Music.
No, I've got Amazon Music and I've got Tidal at the moment as well. I had Spotify, but just kind of move on different things. But yeah, I
think that's the first time I met anyone that uses Tidal.
I know.
It's crazy, and even Amazon Music.
That's the thing with like DSPs, isn't it? Like DSPs are digital streaming platforms, isn't it? Sorry, digital streaming providers, isn't it? That's what DSPs stand for, isn't it? So obviously you got your Amazon Prime with Amazon Music. You got your I think Shazam are doing something as well now. Even SoundCloud. There's obviously all different digital platforms in it. But I think like the conversion rate when it comes to like streaming rates, I think Tidal is the best in it.
Yeah.
Tidal pays the most in it, even though it's like 0.0 or whatever.
Yeah,
but from what I've looked at the figures, I think Tidal is the one that pays the most for your streams in it.
Don't ignore your fans on Tidal.
Yeah, bro. Literally.
That's where you're getting your guap from. But yeah, like who are you running right now? It's quickly just got to wrap it up soon. But yeah, who are you running right now?
From the UK.
Yeah, you say UK.
Yeah, so I went to a concert, I think like 2 weeks ago or something. I went to see a Manchester artist called Blazer Buckle, innit?
Gee, he's cold. I checked him out from your story.
Yeah.
He's hard.
Like I like rap, hip hop and drill and that sort of stuff, but alternative music is something great, an avenue that should be good, especially in Manchester. From what I've been seeing and hearing, there's a rap element to it, but there's an alternative sound of music in it.
Yeah.
A little bit of hip hoppy. No, sorry, not hip hoppy. A bit more like rock orientated. A bit of like goth, emo / heavy into it.
Yeah.
So like even me from years back, I listened to like Linkin Park. I liked heavy metal as well when I was like younger. Like one of my old school brethren, he put me onto like heavy as well. I got into a little bit of skateboard and that sort of stuff. So I kind of did a little bit of this and that. But so another artist I've been listening to was like Blazer Buckle, a very good show that I went to. Been listening to who else? I've just been listening to like Metro. Metro just put up a new project as well. Heroes and Villains. That's a good project that just came out.
One of a song on there was crazy.
Yeah. Who else I've been running? Been listening to KB from Manchester.
Free KB, man.
Is it Manchester or is it
Birmingham.
Was it the Was I Lying mixtape?
That's it. That's the one.
Cold.
So I've been running that. Very dope artist, isn't it? Got a lot of talent in it, but things happen in life. Got to do what you got to do.
Do you know what? The perseverance, man. He's still putting out amazing music from behind doors.
He said this is literally his release on the tape. He's like, I'm bleeding on this track. I'm like, I hear it though.
So I've been listening to like KB and all that from UK side. Been listening to Meeks as well from Manchester. Meeks is hard. His latest project, Respect to come up, big project. Who else?
He was hard too.
Yeah, man. Mentioned a lot of words and
name drops.
A lot of names. I can't remember how many.
I didn't know you had it in him.
But a lot of name drops.
Hard.
Who else been listening to? I've listened to Larry June.
Oh yeah, come on. Larry June's hard, man.
Another like alternative sound of music in it. So he's been making a lot of like great hip hoppy music, but with a good message behind it. Like for him, he's still talking about his business, doing the right thing. Obviously, he's got a kid as well, got a son. Sorry, so just doing that, managing things. But he's been doing his thing. That's what I mean. Having a good team behind him. Just keep on moving with that. But those are the few artists that I've been listening to. What about you, your fellas?
Me right now, I'm a No Cap Young Boy.
Okay.
Right now, that's who I'm running right now. Both got a lot of new albums dropping.
This is going to be hella boring for you lot back home as well, but just Potter, literally. Just Potter, man.
Very dope artist, yeah.
Very, very, man. He's a goat. But, G, thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you, fellas.
Lot,
of course. Thank you,
fellas. Thank you, bro. Good interview, bro.
No, of course.
We'll catch you lot next week, innit? Go follow Nothing But Music Pod on Instagram. Follow UK Music Hub. Brain fog completely.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, man, that's Mr. Music Hub as well. UK Music Hub as well. Blog by Benzo Hussein.ma. And yeah, man, we'll catch you lot next week, innit?
Catch you, man.
Take care, man. Love.
Hard. No, I don't even know. I think we'll just leave it running. We'll just leave it running, man.
No, that's cool, bro. Let me just put my personal one. I'll follow you back right now, straight away.
Yeah, I have a block page myself, so when you're talking, I was relating, you get me?
No, of course, man, that's you there. Yeah, that's 2 for you there as well. Got stickers and all that as well.
Oh, wow. I'll take a picture of my thing now, bro. Oh, yeah.
Let me follow you back right now. Oh, yeah, the Wi-Fi is a bit,
iffy, innit?
Yeah. What's the password for?
Behind you, bro.
You wanna take a picture, no?
Yeah.
The web camera doesn't work. I'm gonna have to keep going with that. I'm gonna have to keep going with the phone.